Prickly Penis Podcast.
Hi, I'm John, and welcome back to the Prickly Penis Podcast. Who am I here with today?
Iphonegod1256.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Well, I actually run a YouTube channel. It's called Iphonegod1256. I post a lot of videos on there. I usually diss my ops on there, and I usually just make videos.
What's something most people don't know about you?
One thing people don't know about me is that I actually have a $5,000 Bengal cat, and another thing people don't know about me is that I actually live in Miami.
How did you first get into what you were doing?
YouTube or like other things.
YouTube and dissing your ops.
I founded my channel when I was like financially stable enough to like, stay at home most of the day. So I used to b-hop with Author, Techno, and Ivari, and people didn't like us because we were old gens. So I just started like dissing my ops. I usually started playing I used to play CS:GO, but then when CS:GO became CS2, I had to like resort to like playing on Y60, which I'm actually banned from now because the owner is a Russian nigger fucker and he banned me. What the fuck?
If you could describe yourself with 3 words, what would they be?
If I could describe myself, rich, iPhone, and a god.
Right. What's the weirdest thing that has happened to you recently?
I was at a club. In downtown Miami, and there was like this girl. She was asking for my number, and I had to give it to her. So I gave her my number, and she was kind of into like rim jobs and stuff like that, and that was kind of like the weirdest thing because she sent me videos of her like eating her ex's ass, and I was like not into that. You know what I mean? Like,
So, can you tell me when you got into b-hopping?
when I got into b-hopping.
Yeah.
So I started b-hopping in 2015 when I was little, and through the b-hop community, I met my friends Author and Techno, and then I also met Ivari, but I think my favorite person that I hang around now is probably Ivari. Author has a child and a wife now, and Techno doesn't really play the game anymore, so I only b-hop through the valleys with Ivari now.
Who was your first op, if you don't mind me asking?
My first op.
Yes.
Well, I mean, my first stop of the new age or my first stop of the old age? Which one?
Of the new age?
Oh, my first stop of the new age is kl0ver. I don't really like kl0ver because he's a furry pedo faggot, and he's kind of like a new gen. He makes like, Linus Tech Tips. Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
He kind of makes like, and if you also know who Franz J is.
Yeah.
He's kind of like an unfunny furry version of like the mix of the two, and he just reviews like CS:GO cheats, and like CS2 is also a thing, but he doesn't movement cheat on CS2. He just movement cheats on CS:GO. It's like it's pretty stupid. Like I don't like that guy. That's why I made a diss track on him. He's like a huge like piece of shit.
Can you get me further into this whole movement cheating thing? What is this?
Movement cheating.
Yes.
So movement cheating is essentially like using a cheat to do movement in CS:GO. Normally you can do movement on CS:GO and CS2 without cheats, but like having an auto hop kind of really helps with the b-hop side of things, because with when you're doing it without a cheat, you need binds, and like you're not gonna always hit a perfect b-hop every single time, so you lose like speed and everything. The binds on cheats, edge bug, pixel jump, all that other bullshit, it can all be done legitly. You just it's just way harder to do than doing it normally, so that's why people movement cheat. I mean, like, obviously
Right.
I could do all of it like legit, but these retard ass niggas, they be like
So how did you get your name Iphonegod? 1256.
So I kind of I got the name iPhone God from like some people in com because I used to SIM swap, but instead of using burner phones, I would use iPhones. Since I had money before, I would just like to buy iPhones because it was like pretty much the easiest thing to card. But buying iPhones was probably the easiest thing for me to card. So I just bought a bunch of iPhones and I used to SIM swap like high value TikTok and Twitter usernames, and Instagrams as well. So that's how I kind of got the name iPhone God because I used to do it so frequently that people would thought I would get arrested, but I didn't, and I actually ended up netting $2.3 million from that. But that's why people call me iPhone God.
Who's the biggest namer that knows you?
The biggest namer.
Yep.
I don't think this guy isn't a b hopper, but PewDiePie. I actually used to be friends with PewDiePie on Twitter. Um, we had kind of mutually had a falling out because of his wife. He has a kid now, so he has to focus on more of that. But we used to play a lot of Rainbow Six Siege and indie horror games together. But yeah, PewDiePie.
If you could go back then to change one thing, what would you change?
If I could go back then to change what, like anything.
Anything in the world.
So when I was broken bummy, I used to be in the hood, and um, I used to be in the streets of LA, and when I was in the streets of LA, bro, I joined this one gang called the Florencia, and we was beefing up with the Mexicans and shit, bro. And I kind of lost my homie Pablo, and if I would change something, bro, I would just tell Pablo like to leave the gang. If I were to like change something now, I'd probably like do the money thing, like the sim swapping. I would have done it back then so I could make money to buy my homie Pablo out the gang, because I really miss that guy. You know what I mean? That's really my dead homie, like R.I.P. Pablo. That's Pablo from the Six. That's dead my homie. He moved here from Canada though. But that's like dead my homie Pablo from the Six, yo. Rest in peace, bro.
So, iPhone God, tell me, what was the craziest experience dissing your ops?
I think the craziest experience I had was probably when I was like getting into sim swapping, and there was a thing called Coinbase calling, and I started doing that after I quit sim swapping, and I was like getting recruited by like all these groups, but like one group really stood out to me, and it was called Zoinbase, and they tried to recruit me, but I was like, nah, these niggas are a bunch of feds and they're poor as fuck. How am I gonna join that shit? I want to make money, so I joined them for a little bit, but then I had to leave because like these niggas were poor. And then I started dissing them on Telegram, and they try to swap my house, but my house is unswattable and I'm undoxable, so they couldn't really find me.
Speaking of being unswattable and undoxable, are you uncuckable?
I am uncuckable. I think mainly the reason I'm uncuckable is because aside from the name iPhone God, they also used to call her. They also used to call me Mr. Buyer Girl Birkin. So like sometimes I would like cuck out like bitch ass niggas on Roblox, and I would buy their girls a Birkin. But that's like nothing to me because I have so much money, so it just really doesn't matter if I buy them a Birkin. That's like kind of like pocket change to me. That's like for me, buying a Birkin for a girl is kind of like buying like some Doritos or Lay's chips from the deli. You know what I mean? Like that's really like that's like yeah, it's kind of like that. So what you would say is like cheap in the world, that's kind of what cheap is to me. You know what I mean?
So, iPhone God,
Yeah.
you had
What's
a
up?
bar in one of your songs. It was the kl0ver diss. It
hmm
said, "Your videos are cringe. Go kill yourself, nigga."
Um,
Do you support suicide?
I mean, not currently in the sense like I don't think anybody should kill themselves. Like I don't think Clover should go kill himself, but I mean, I think that he is like kind of like a useless homeless faggot. But I don't necessarily think that he should go kill himself. But I kind of just threw that bar in there for like the meme. Because I kind of like love getting that guy mad. Because he's kind of like a little like a furry. Like he's just a little furry, and they tend to get mad at stuff like that. So I kind of just threw that in just for the fun of it. You know what I mean?
What's the craziest experience you've had in a Miami club? iPhone God.
Craziest experience.
Yes.
Um, craziest experience was probably like partying with Malone, Loki. Um, When I was in Malone's corner, bro, I threw in I think 200K for the bottle service. I think that was like kind of the craziest thing that has ever happened in the club.
Like the boogeyman, fucking the game over, dropping bangers with no hook. And free my brother Leak. I hate I'm putting money on your book.
Bro, there were so many girls there. Like, you know, I was getting twerked on. My dick was kind of like itching the next day, and I had to get like a little shot. And I kind of had to ice my penis because it was so hard at the club that like it was sore the next day. You know what I mean?
I thought I was supposed to be like interviewing you. What's happening?
Shut up, nigger. You're poor.
Just chill on. No, bro. Please chill on.
You're poor, bro.
Dude, please just chill on me.
You wanna
I'm
buy
sorry.
my-
I meant no.
You should buy my course, bro. You want to buy my course on WAP?
Oh, sure. Why? I don't
Yeah.
see why not.
It teaches you how to Coinbase scam and SIM swap.
Right.
You want to do that or no?
Um.
We can also like grow your podcast by contacting Joe
Oh,
Rogan.
we could.
So like partner with you.
Oh. That.
Like, you know Joe Rogan or no?
Yeah. I remember Joe Rogan.
Oh.
Rogan.
Oh yeah. So I think this interview is done, bro.
Yeah, I think so. I think you could like get the fuck up out of here now.
Get the fuck out of here. Really?
Yeah, get the fuck up out of here, bro.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious, bro.
Well, you're
Clover
poor.
is your dad, kid.
You're fucking poor.
Kid, Clover is your dad.
You're fucking poor, you fucking nigger. You're fucking.
PricklyPenisPodcast.